What a great audience tonight. Well, we're PunkBand. We're here to scam you out of 25 minutes of your miserable fucking...
There was like loads of names we were throwing about. We were going to be called Dave Jason. What's that? Like what?
Wait, Dave Jason?
yeah. From Only Fools and Horses.
Way better.
And we were like, oh, it'd be funny if we were just called PunkBand. And then like, we thought of this situation of like people being at a festival going, oh yeah, I'm going to go see PunkBand, and their friends are like, yeah, what PunkBand? And they're like, no, PunkBand. And they're like, no, what PunkBand? And do you know what? People fucking come up to us and say that about their friends. They go, oh yeah, I told my friend that we're going to go see PunkBand tonight. And they're like, no, what PunkBand? And they're like, no, PunkBand. They're like, yeah, what one? And it just keeps going. I love that. Just fucking with people.
I think the crowning achievement of the name PunkBand is when I met the lead singer of Napalm Death. And his biggest advice for us was to change our name. Decided that we're gonna fucking keep going. We had many things in our life that told us, don't keep going.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
And we kept going, we pushed through that, and through that hard work we decided we're not gonna stop.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
I love this band more than anything in my life, and all I want to do is make banging records and keep going.
Yeah.
And after this tour that we've done with Slobheads, it's like been working with the best punks that you've ever worked
it's been
with.
good fun. We made some lineup changes, and then I think like, to be honest, like I just feel like it's like a more grown-up kind of like actual band sound now. Like I feel like back then it was sort of a bit like whatever, and then now it's more like we're actually thinking about it a little bit, and like trying to like, what can we say that's a bit more sort of, a bit less fucking kooky or childish.
my experiences were times when I was living in Nottingham a lot. I was living in a really rough area of it, and I had to deal with a lot of shit, a lot of domestics, a lot of nastiness about the world, and that sort of gave me this sort of like grounding in like how the real world is. It's like it's not where you are from. A lot of the new album, the new EP was. It came from. It was me trying to put my words and my experiences into something that wasn't so obvious, and trying to hide it a little bit in metaphors and everything, but trying to put them into things that are still punk, still relevant, but also not trying to like, bang on the obvious sort of like punk tropes of like, that's what's on the news, that's what's on there. It's like, there's other topics about the world that need to be talked about, but we like to talk about things that are more truthful to us and that affect us, and we're not really bothered about what the media tells us to be annoyed about. We like to
be annoyed off our own back.
Yeah.
Paranoia, get out of my head. Another day, sitting in bed. Oh, I'm desperate, give me some head. Oh, I'm desperate, give me some bread. Shelter man, aka shelf life. No expiring, my brain ain't downright. Poor boy, boy ain't chosen. No hope, boy ain't broken.
I like making songs, and I kind of feed off of whatever what we do. I feed off of like, he's really good at writing lyrics that like really flow and like have some beat to them, and I kind of feed off of that, and that's kind of where I come from. But you're probably better off explaining what you're talking about than me.
Yeah, well, I was always there. I was like, tell me what you're feeling, tell me what you're doing, and I go like, hey, this is what I'm feeling in a minute. And if I didn't have him on my side, he's like a kind of like genius. He goes like, you got your idea, I capture it in seconds.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And he goes so quick, it's like boom, 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 boom.
I want the idea in there.
He's got a beat ready, he's got a fucking thing ready. And we're halfway to a tune already. If I didn't have him, I'd be done out. Absolutely. And I can always count on him. If I've got an idea, he can make it happen. If I have an idea, it can get lost. He's always there.
I like to like capture a moment of like a lot of the time, like the first recordings we do is like the one that goes forward to like the finished,
Yeah.
It's like that's the feeling that you had in that moment. It's like what people need to hear. The re-recordings are just bullshit, really. They're like a lie of what you initially said.
Yeah, he's got that speed involved. He's got that fucking
you gotta be
mental fucking MDMA in his brain. It wasn't like a natural coming together of like, we just came together and we were perfect. It was like, it took a lot of hard work, and it took like a lot of nights where like we would have one night where something was great and the next night it wasn't. But we kept saying like, if we do this every like twice a week, we will come up with something.
We'll come up with an album.
And that just sort of let me know that I was like, I wasn't a natural at like writing lyrics or anything, you know. I wasn't anything good at that sort of thing. But
Nah,
it
you
showed
are,
that like, if you actually go in hard every week and you try and fucking make something of it, you can actually write a banger.
Yeah, well, you can write a song at least. To be fair, like when we met, like we met like you joined us a week before we played Reading and Leeds Festival.
Yeah.
And we had this bass player who just literally just left like a week, like literally a week before we were playing Reading and Leeds because he didn't like us, so he just left. And we were like, shit, who do we know? So there's like loads of like people wrote like names, like oh this guy, that guy, whatever. And then like our old singer was like, you know, his brother Josh, who's our agent, he was like, oh I got a mate. And then like you came along, and you literally had a week to fucking learn all the songs. And we just about got it. It's just nuts. And then we went and played Reading Reading and then Leeds the day after, like a week later. And it was just like
we were brothers,
thrown in the deep end.
We were brothers from then, and we, you know, that led to such a strong brotherhood. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty tight though.
You know, I joined the band, and this is like my big older brother in the band. You know what I mean?
Younger.
And we, even though you're younger than me, you're my older brother. You know what I mean? Why we continued. The reason why it was important is the friendship that me and him grew from that. When the whole shit kicked off in the band where our lead singer left, we decided that it was the project was bigger than
any person.
And
we
it was
had
like,
to keep it going.
There was a reason to continue.
Yeah.
And we still got songs in us, we still had fans that still wanted shit from us. It was like, how can we say no? So...
Yeah. And we had this like studio, and we were just meeting up like twice a week and just, most of the time just getting drunk and just fucking around, not really doing anything. But then like, you know, occasionally something would come out, we'd watch a load of the YouTube stuff and then something would come out, and then we just, like a song would like start forming, and then you'd start thinking of like, oh, how can I make these lyrics mean something? And then it would go off on its own train, and then like all of a sudden you got like an EP, and then we got like a record deal, and that turned out to be bullshit, but we managed to keep the masters from it, and then we're kind of here now. That's kind of like, where it started, and now it's ended.
Where we're at as a band now is a band that doesn't need anyone. We've had this bullshit from labels and everything, and we can still bring crowds to anywhere we go. Yeah. Right now, our focus is literally making it's like our next record is our lifeline.
Yeah.
If we can make a fucking great record, next record, we'll go for the rest. Keep going.
We're gonna go for an album this time.
Daylight robbery, clap 7 a.m. routine is sleep. Bedside supper, bedside slobbery. Tales of my perfect culture. Live for the company, death from anonymous. Everything's government, not shit economy. Exhale for the air, now I got that dog and baby. I'm the case, I'm a property.
we just want to keep touring and keep like, you know, keep on the road, keep playing in front of people. That's what's really fucking fun. That's what like kind of keeps you going with it. Especially like a tour like this with Slobheads, where they're like, you know, they kept us going a lot.
I think we're on the shoulders of giants, of like, you know, big bands like Madness, like
Oasis,
we wanna be that fun punk band again. We don't want to be miserable all the time. We want to be having a fun time in our crowds. We want to bring that like punk energy back to like incredible crowds that are having a great time. And you hear songs like "I love you, yes I do, and you know that I'm loving you too," and that's what's important. We want to bring family. We want a fun family event every day. We want to bring out this we want our gigs to be an event that you can't miss. That you have to come down and see it, and remember that it's not all shit in the UK.
We wouldn't have been able to go on this tour if there weren't like venues like this and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, a bit of sort of your livelihood if you're like a small band. It means a lot.
Look, you give your heart and soul, and you give your fucking wages and your paycheck to play these shows, and to see a full crowd downstairs.
Yeah.
It makes everything worth it. Gives me like, you know, that fucking reason to fucking do one more gig. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives you that fucking.
You might as well just do another one then.
Yeah.
That last one was alright.
Yeah, you know what I mean? One more gig.
The last one was alright. Yeah, we're doing another one then. Alright.
And it's who knows what will happen, and I love that. I'm all about that, and it really does. It does make what you're doing worth it.
Yeah. Because sometimes you can feel like, with like social media and stuff, you feel very sort of like disconnected by, you know, if you haven't played a gig in a while, it kind of feels a bit like is there anyone that cares? And then suddenly you throw a show like this, and then like a couple of people show up and they're talking to you about, oh yeah, I've followed you since Kick It Up, or followed you since whatever. Can I get a shirt? Can I talk? Can we go and talk and whatever? It's like you suddenly go, oh, there's actually people that actually listen to this. It's not just a number on a screen. It's really weird. Interesting. Really weird. Really weird.
Yeah, I feel like the little bites that you get that tell you to keep going are interesting. Like we had a band in Knots that were saying, you inspire us and whatever.
Yeah, they were like, their EP has been inspired by our EP, and you're like,
and I remember like finished that EP saying that was the biggest piece of shit we've ever released.
We're PunkBand.